I think we're going to get started. So, welcome, thanks for coming. Winhawk Live. We really don't have a name for it. That's what we came up for ties, because you're probably wondering what a Winhawk is. That's kind of a Winhawk. That's our version of these Winhawk. So, a little bit of a minion-ish look with a Chromebook or whatever.
We are a tech team in Winona, Minnesota. We started, go ahead and go to the next slide. We started roughly in 2012. It came up where I had two individual students in the building that kept on coming up to me and saying, I want to help, and I'm like, I don't have time. You're a 16-year-old kid, what can you tell me, right? And then I had several teams up and say, you need to work with these kids. And then I had my principal come up and say, you need to work with these kids. And it worked out really well. It was the best thing that could ever happen. And we got on this journey through our school district, but we're following it.
So these kids that are here,
which is a path. I need the clicker. You guys have the clicker? So go ahead. In 2015, 4 credit, officially an internship. Teachers, parents get confused. So this isn't a class. They think because it's housed in a school that it's a class. It's not. This means they have after school. They have to give up time that are considered to be leaders in our school district before they need to do accordingly and be held accountable maybe than that. Go ahead. Go next. And right now we have 11 members.
The team last year, we were here last year in the playground. This year we decided to take it up and do a presentation. Of the 11 members, we graduated 5 seniors and we brought in 5 sophomores. Generally how it works is freshmen don't get kind of touched until this time of the year. They're acclimated into our building hopefully by then. I've heard about them or have an idea coming out of the middle school who they are. And then we try, they go through an application process that really is just about them being around us. Go ahead, go to the next slide. We do a ton of things, and everything that we do results from one of these students that are sitting here or one of the past students that were here. Everything that we do, short of the basic tech support, which everybody just expects us to do, we do a lot. So this is the current team that's 4 credit right now. We will be having 4 freshmen join us here between now and Christmas and after the New Year. And interning, giving up their free time before and after school. And during the day we have something we call a guided study hour. Okay? So a little bit of what we do, we kind of made a video because we do a lot of videos. So this is to show you who we are and some of the things that we've done. So, okay, so we do a bunch of stuff. Pretty much anytime anybody has an idea about, hey, do you want to record and make a music CD for our Yes, that's what we're doing. So we go to the schools, we bring out our mixer, and we record things. That time we record those kids, and we're in the process of making CDs for all the kids to get. So we do a lot of stuff. We got a drone last year about this time, and so we're doing work and really trying to incorporate that into production. Our goal, and I'll get into a little bit more as we get into. We will hopefully be able to use the drone as an angle and as well with the equipment that we're getting. So we'll be cutting edge for people at our level. Hopefully. Let's go on. Just so everybody, you can see all of our equipment, it's set up. You all need to know that it's set up because it's live streamed right now. So if you go to the resource page for our session, you'll see links to every single piece of equipment that we have. Okay, you'll see links to the live stream that's going on right now. So we're actively live streaming to our district Facebook page, which is kind of our central hub. So we're trying to promote everything within our district, everything that we do. We can live stream just about anywhere, any place, any platform that'll take a live stream. So Twitter, YouTube, and then we used to use the Cube. And now the Cube got bought out by a much larger company out west. So we've been focusing in on Facebook. It also houses every live stream that we've done, and we do a plethora of live streams. I'll turn it over to some of my co-presenters here.
So basically, we use a lot of different pieces of equipment for live streams. These are the first two main pieces of equipment. You see on the left are iPad holders. So this is pulling all of the iPads and you can set them up on tripods. The one you see here is an iPad holder. It's for an iPad Pro. And then we use the HD lens there so you can have either a wide angle lens or you can zoom in and get a really nice shot. And then on the right side, you see we have two iPad Pros that we use and two iPad 3s. So in the tripod setup, we use the iPad 3s normally just for a wide angle shot, and then we can use the iPad Pro as a director iPad to run the whole live stream.
So it's real important. The iPad Pros are really important to us. They're also one of the more expensive pieces that we have. We have two of them. So we're able to grab a great 1080p angle with them if we need to. But mainly for the processing speed, so it allows us to be real mobile. We'll show you the software that we use that works only on iOS, and specifically I would only recommend using the iPad Pros as far as that goes. So.
All right, and then we have also 3 to 4 tripods, obviously for that, depending on how many angles we have on the events, and then we have a pair of headphones, which is the main director. That they kind of control it and they can hear what other people that are watching the live stream would hear. And then we have two the TerraDeck HD encoders, which is pretty much allowing the cameras to get mobile and connect to all like the software that we would use to have the live stream up.
We were really lucky. Our football team, who I happen to be a coach on the football team too, so I had a little bit of a direct connect. But we were kind of gifted these to try some stuff out. It didn't quite work out. We got upgrades, so they were sitting there, and they were able to donate them to us. These are HD encoders. There are HD encoders and the HD encoder Pros. The Pros are $1,000 a piece. These are roughly $700. They're about 4 years old, so they're the second gen. There is a third gen out there that you can get. If you are looking to be mobile and cut the cord and still keep decent quality,
We have microphones, so we're going to there. We have set up on 2 of our iPads, and then basically we can use the necessary mics we can use to grab the whole room when we're at a venue that we can't directly get audio. Then you see the lapel mic there, so that's what we can use, and we can hook up to people who we want to interview. If we want to interview someone during live stream, we can use that. And then with the rope and basically you can see them right on the iPads, so we don't have to use them nearly to set them up.
anytime we want to grab the room, these are essential. They're anywhere from $75 to $100 depending on when you go and buy them. But we can use them in multiple facets with different cameras, so they're a big part of what we do. If you were here in the beginning, which most of you, you can see when I scramble around, we always try to grab audio from the venues that we're at, which means you need different cords. Ryko kind of talks about some of those you use all the time, but we're actually grabbing the audio right now from the sound setup off the back and piping that through our iPad that is then going through our network to our director's iPad.
Next, you see we have an iPad, which is hotspot through Verizon that we can use to have our own network, so we can connect all of our devices to that one network, and then we can use that to live stream. At our sites on the district, we usually have our own Wi-Fi at school, but this is a good thing. We can use this as a backup in case that Wi-Fi network goes down.
Yeah, so this is what really makes it mobile. So instead of having to rely on ties, we rely on this, and we know we got it. As long as we have 2 bars, we're guaranteed 40 meg. If we have over 2 bars, we're going to have 50 to 60 meg, depending on where you're at in the country. It's really reliable. We had to fundraise for this. We had to pay for it. Okay? We had to prove that it was useful. This year, IT picked it up for us into their budget because we proved to them that we needed it. It's the only one in the district.
The mic adapter was kind of the common one that's like so these guys are kind of important. You always have those here kids, so you can use them.
Pieces of equipment. We online. Can we do that? During the day at school on your network in order to make this work. So it's really imperative for us to have this support from them. We have been supported tremendously. In the IT department, there's an audiovisual technician. We work with him all the time and all this stuff. So we run sound for, if we're going to live stream an event, we could be running sound. We could be running the lights, right? We could be helping set up all those different mics. So we're using condenser mics that are provided by the school district that are put into a $30,000 mixer board, and we're grabbing that audio out. And we know how to run all that equipment, and we're often the time the group that gets asked to help and support and do that. So there's a process that we use every single time, okay? And I'll let these guys talk about it a little bit more.
Okay, so there are basically 9 basic steps to preparing and executing live streams. So the first one is scheduling a team for a live stream. So we need to make sure that we know who can be there. And basically, 3 live each live stream, and then one of those people is the director of the live stream, so they can be running the iPad during the stream, but they're also the one in charge of making sure everything gets done and everything goes smoothly. So to set up those live streams, we use Slack so we can communicate and we can make sure that we know who's going and you can see who can and can't make it. The second one is setting up a live stream on Facebook or other streaming sites. Right now we're using mainly Facebook, but you can also use other social media like YouTube and Twitter to live stream. And we have to go in and set that up prior to the event. So I think Facebook allows us to go a week in advance, so we set up the live event and we get what's called the RTMP link from that, so we can then go and put that into our app on the iPad and get it all set up. And then you do a site spec. This is very important because especially when you're going to a new venue, you want to make sure you know where you're going to be able to get power, where you need to set up angles, and where people are going to be, so you know where everything can be set up. So that's very important.
And then our fourth step is to gather equipment. Obviously, we do that beforehand, either the day before or maybe like a few hours before, depending on where the event is being held and how much experience we've had at that place. We would have it all set up. We would carry that orange box, and that has a lot of our equipment and camera bags and everything. And the fifth step is to set up the event. You all have to come there earlier. There's no way you can set it up with being there right 5 minutes before it starts. We'll come there at least like an hour early. Make sure we set up. Sometimes if it's at the school, if it's not our auditorium or gym, we can set it up beforehand and have it ready to go. Have to live stream it.
I think we did we skip site spec? We did? Oh, you mentioned that? Oh, okay. Because all that stuff that you're talking about, if you don't site spec, we'll get into the importance of a site spec, but everything she's talking about, we've already planned out. So we kind of know what we're doing as we walk in to a venue.
Yeah, and then before we go and like last year, we have to test the equipment, we have set up, just like we did before, we would be looking at how it would look on Chromebook or the director's iPad, make sure that our TM is like,
And the wait usually not more than 10 to 30 seconds long, because usually that's
long as not serious. So, those are
And then for the last series, basically we run the live stream, so we go and we go live.
What you're doing to make sure everything is because if something goes down,
We need to be able to get it back up running so the people watching can. After the live stream is done, we tear everything down, so we
reverse our setup. And then another very important thing
with that is figuring out who's going to take all the equipment, because we use the equipment a lot, so we want to make sure that we have it back at the school if we need it, and this is a lot of money and equipment, so we need to make sure that whoever's taking care of it knows what's happening with it, and they don't keep it outside in the winters where it's going to freeze. And then the last one is downloading and burning a disk, usually for archiving, so this is something we've done with one of our live streams, is archive it so people can see the live stream after if they can't watch it live. And then if the organization we live stream for wants a disc of the live stream, we'll do that for them. And then right now we started putting all of our live streams on YouTube, so we're using that as our archive platform.
So, what type of live streams have we done? This equipment is very flexible. We've been in many different areas, and we're going to progress to get out. It's our third year live streaming since that December spontaneous band live stream. Okay, so we're expanding every year. We're doing more and more events, more and more sites. So here's a little bit of a video of some of the stuff that we've done. So we've been to many different spots. As you can see, as you maybe get towards the end there, you saw multiple picture-in-picture overlays. Again, we're going to go over the software a little bit more in detail here right after this, just to kind of show you what it can do and why I would suggest that you look at getting it. It is an investment of money again, but it allows us to do many different things. So we're from Winona, Minnesota. We have Winona State University and St. Mary's. I've been approached by both colleges about like our track events, because we have very large track teams there, and they want to do what we're able to do for our high school. In fact, we've been offered to come, and these guys know this yet because I haven't said we would do it, but Winona State wants us to come and do it, and they want to pay us to do it. We don't get paid for anything. We just take donations. So it's whether or not we decide to do it as a group, whether or not this is going to be one of our projects that we do for the community. If people decide to donate to us, great, they donate to us, and we'll take that money, invest it back into all the things that we're doing. But Winona State wants us to put on and show their large track event. Because we can have 4 angles, Dalton, right? 4 angles on this one. I thought we could have more than that, but it's only 4, which is quite a bit. But we can move many yards away through our network. And it'd be really cool for us to be able to use that drone to also pick up some shots and stuff like that as well. We can't do that for Minnesota State High School League. They just ban it altogether, but college is a little different, and NC2A is a little different. So that picture-in-picture stuff is really cool. One of the bigger things that we've kind of bounced into. We also have instant replay capability. We haven't dabbled in that yet too much because it's a little more complicated, but that's on our agenda.
So, because we've done so much and we've been proactive in our live streams,
The district is going to put in roughly $15,000, and we're going to get an actual studio-level production set. So it took us a while. We've kind of been talking about this with their IT department. They know, the school board knows what we do. They often highlight stuff at their board meetings. So they're going to purchase the piece on the left is a 4K camera setup that we can break down to 4, and then it goes into a live streaming software, essentially what the iPad does. And this stuff is going to be fixed in our schools. We're not planning to take it live. This would become our mobile equipment, and then we're going to use this stuff where we're going to be able to guarantee 4K or 1080p output with this equipment. And again, we have HBC in Winona. This is some of the similar equipment that they have that they use for their live streams and their broadcasts as a TV station. So we're going to take that video production class that we got started. We're going to take the TechNets and hopefully build curriculum around using this on a regular basis now that the school district has supported us. And we would not be doing live streaming without a student. I'm busy enough and I'm doing enough that I don't need to learn how to do all this stuff. But because they want to do it, because they're choosing to do it, now we're going to go ahead and support. So I'm really proud of our district for doing that. And I'm proud of our students for wanting to be in the 21st century and give back a little bit to our community. So.
And then along with the equipment that we're probably hoping on expanding on, we're kind of expanding on the events that we do. So kind of we're looking into doing more of like hockey events, which we've never done before. We're getting into the rinks and trying to live stream those, gymnastic events, and like expanding on that. Maybe any big non-concert communities or something going on like that, we could be able to go.
So as I was talking about, text specs are very live stream and there was no power going to those outlets. So we had to come up with a solution of running power out of the media center across the hall. So you want to make sure that you do your text specs in great detail. Sometimes it seems like more detail than you need. That's very important because there are
we have like with the network crash, we have to have multiple like backup plans for that. If it doesn't work, or if the cameras end up being charged, I'm walking there, you would think sometimes you prepare for that. If anything does go wrong, we have a way to fix it and still the live stream up and going.
So, good thing. So next you want to know your process to live stream effectively. So make sure you have a checklist so you know everything you need to do.
This out on the live stream. So when you're there and you only have 15 minutes before starting, you still have stuff set up. You know what you need to do. So you're creating things and you're going to so that's also
I've had neighbors to stuff, so it sounds crazy, but having that, even if you've done it a million times like we have already now, it seems like, we still end up forgetting something. or the network that we thought was going to work, so we don't need the MiFi. Well, the network's not working or something's going on, so then we need to run back and get the MiFi and make the live stream happen.
You need to know your process of live stream effectively. So normally if there's an area that can go wrong, make sure you plan for that and have everything ready to go. And then rehearse the live stream process several times so you know what's going to happen. So prepare ahead of time so you have everything ready.
Don't have too many people on it. When there's a lot of people, people who saying what to do, and it's just miscommunication all the time. So limiting the people that are there is kind of important. Even though a lot of people might want to learn, they have to schedule it out through it because it'll just cause a lot of chaos. And like people running around that one live stream, but only like 3 cameras there. So that's a really important part here.
I'll take this one. Copyright. You got to be aware of copyright. I spend too much time with there's 3 individuals for our region in the Midwest at the United States Copyright Office. I've talked to all 3 of them at some time and point. I'm a media specialist. I have taken several classes in copyright for the school district. I can give, I'm licensed to give copyright, professional development, all that good stuff. But it's a whole nother ball of wax with what we're doing. Facebook will cut us out in the back end if you're playing, there's music in the background that's being played at the venue. And then all of a sudden, your audio's gone. So you have to be very cautious of what you're doing, what you're playing, what you're showing. We have people coming to us all the time. The good VA's pageant, except for there are several things live stream. So we're just going to have to put up a disclaimer over the top for a good hour while it goes on. Things, but the laws that we have to follow, burden on them, but they do have an idea we can or cannot. But do you know what's going on? Don't be the one in the paper, is what I would say. Because the Copyright Office doesn't give legal advice, they give you interpretations. And then they say, what's your interpretation? And that's what you need to go with. The legislation on this and the laws are not settled. Take a look at it. Right now, it's one of those things where maybe you could get away with a few things and ask for forgiveness later, but it's coming. It's going to catch up to us. I could be doing it right
Trying to see that brick wall of law coming at you. So,
Let's go on to the next. Well, I thought, did we not have, I want to show, did we not have a slide for the software? Can we go back a couple slides? I feel like we missed that. Right there, we did miss it. So, the software, we're going to end on this and I'm going to have the kids talk just a little bit about what they've taken away from this experience, and then we'll open it up to some questions. The app, I'll let you guys kind of get this going here a little bit. What we need to do is we need to get, I'll help you out here. But Brandon, can you get and put our live stream up? If you exit out there, you can put our live stream up. We'll show you what this looks like via our live stream right now. So go ahead and hit play there. Go ahead and make it full screen from this experience, and then questions. Okay, you gotta hit cancel the volume real quick right there. Yep. Very good. You don't need to have that. Okay, so the live air action app is what we use. It's roughly about $250 for what we have. It is through Teradek, which is a major live streaming and broadcasting company. We use their Teradek. So what you're getting a look at right here is a live look at our director's iPad. So hopefully our stream, we're trying to do a lot of things all at once on one network. And I was a little worried about if this was going to work out or not. Are we kind of glitching out here a little bit, or is that live? There it comes back. Okay, so I'm going to let the students here, Rika and Cooper, talk about kind of some of the things we have here, but this is Studio Quality Professional. A lot of people are surprised by what we can do. If you want to go beyond just a single angle, and you have a couple iPads with, this is what you need. Go ahead, guys.
Okay, so we'll just start on the up here and then we'll just work our way around. So up here you see the settings are right there button, and that's where we go in and we set up the live stream. So that's where we put the RTMP link that we get from Facebook when we set that up. And then one actually really important note about Facebook and using that is there's a box to check. You want to make sure you have that box checked so you use the same link every time. So if the stream goes down, you can get it right back up again without having to restart the whole thing and use the whole stream. So that's very important. Then this button, the red button right there, is the go live button. So it's showing a timer right now because we've been going live. So this is where you just start the live stream. And then on the side here we have audio. So this is an audio video where you can see the whole time. This is master. It shows the audio levels of the stream, and then we can control the audio right there, or we have another tab that we can go to and control the audio with more detail. So we do have a full audio mixer in the app that shows the audio levels from every single device we have connected, and then you can independently control the audio on there. And another important thing that we learned the hard way on this that we decided is that you want to make sure that you have the audio unmuted for the devices you want to use. There's usually a button right there. Yeah.
So you hit it up. So the best part about this, Cooper, I'm going to jump in here real quick, is the audio mixer, meaning we can grab and have multiple mics, or we can have a main mic in from a mixing board, and then we can remix it while we're broadcasting and live streaming. That is huge for us or anybody doing anything, if you've ever done something like this before, because we can knock things out, or as we grab angles, we can make audio live to that angle. If we're at a True Team Track event and we want to capture what's happening, no one wants to listen to static or just kind of just video and just have it be nothing there. We want to capture people screaming and cheering on the person running around. We want to capture the audience's reaction after a performance has just completed. We want to capture all that stuff to get a comprehensive feel, and we're able to do that because we can mix multiple pieces of audio either prior to coming in or while it is in and being directed. So a very big piece of this is that audio mixing piece.
Okay, so you can see we have a lot of different options here you can use. So back on the preview page, we can see all of our angles that we have, and we can control our angles from there. So we'll wait for that to come up. We do have other options we can use that we haven't explored full out yet. So we have replays of videos. So if we're streaming a sporting event, we can do instant replays through that. As it gets a little complicated, we haven't done a whole lot with that, but there's definitely a lot of opportunity there. We can also set up live chats through there too, so we can have people giving input and chatting while the live stream is going on. So on this preview editor page, you can see we can create overlays, so we can have text on here, we can have pictures. For our True Team Track event, we have a whole bunch of sponsors, so we make a overlay with all the sponsor logos on there, so we can show that. And then also we have all of our angles here, so you can add new angles there. You can get the Teradeks and the iPads connected, and then you can just select them, and the angles are thrown up on our preview screen here that we can then use to show on the live stream.
Alright, and then over here we have the shots that we can use. Right here we have one of the logo ones that we can click, for example. So you pretty much bring that up, and you can see on the preview right here what it's going to look like. And what we do is we put this one right here says cut and transition. You usually click one of those, and it like helps you transition into it. You can see what people are seeing on the live stream. Yeah, that's kind of the must to have at least like 5 over here. And you have lots of options. You can have those made beforehand as well, so if you're ready to go when there's an event going on.
So we can do picture-in-picture, you kind of brought up the screen right there. We can do multiple screens, and it's really nice when you're out on a venue like that. So a track, I don't know if you guys have been to a track event before, but there are 5 events going on at once. So what we were able to do is go ahead and bring in and show 3 or 4 live events. So people who are sitting in the stands are like, bam, popping it up. One of the most watched live streams we had was a True Team Track event. Where we're having 1,500, unique views of something. The interactions are, in thousands, right? but 1,500 unique views because we can show multiple spots. So it's something that I guess hadn't been done or that people haven't seen. We just did it because it was just natural to us and we had the ability to do it. The other thing you can do on the left over there is every angle can be made into multiple shots. Okay? So if we have one angle, like now we're grabbing the room with 2 iPads, we can actually zoom in on those angles and have multiple shots from just one angle. So again, this software has everything in it, studio quality production, you know, it's mobile, it's nice. Jared actually be paying me right now for promoting this. You can see this downstairs. The iOgrapher is what we use a lot of stuff with, but there's something called Padcaster downstairs in the exhibit. They're begging me to come down there. I think we'll stop by and look at it. They're really expensive, really nice stuff, but really expensive. It's hard for us to justify the expenditure in one spot and then to cut out somewhere else. But they recommend using Teradek too. It's actually where we kind of got put onto it. So I think that's just about it. I think we can transition on to the next piece, which I'm going to ask the students a little bit to just tell you. I know there's 3 getting here, and I appreciate you guys being here. I want the students to talk about what we take away from what we're doing. So I'm a social studies teacher by trade. I'm big in civic engagement. I'm big in about being involved and about leaving things better than what we found it. Okay. I'm not saying that social studies teachers carry that credo everywhere, but a lot of us do. And so what I incorporated into this team is I want them to be looking for things that they can give back and make things better. Oftentimes I tell them when they're looking for a project is find something that makes you unhappy, you know, that you're angry about, and try to find a solution to it. Be an innovator, be a problem solver, you know, things that are reminiscent of the keynote speech this morning. Be those people, don't be the people sitting back and whining and complaining about something. Fix it. So when we do these things, these live stream events, I'm really asking them to be reflective and what are they taking away from it? So turn it back over to Cooper and Rika here a little bit.
Yeah, so something, as the speaker this morning at the keynote was talking about, is we learn all of those skills that you need for the 21st century. So we're learning all of these problem-solving skills, and we're learning how to learn new things. Like, we don't know how to use these apps, and we didn't find someone to teach us how to use the app. We're learning how to use the app ourselves, and we're exploring more every time we use it. And then we're learning how to set up all of this stuff, and every time we do that, we learn more tricks to make it easier the next time. And then it's just, with all of these live streams, it's has had a really big impact on the community. We've been able to reach family members who are outside of the country, and they can watch these live streams. And anyone who can't be at these events are able to watch these live streams, and they really appreciate that. So this has really been able to reach a lot of people and promote all the things we're doing and all of the events like the live stream.
And then, as Cooper said, my characters kind of live out of the country too, so if there's an event going on, there's swimming going on, anything like that, they can go and watch this on Facebook or anywhere that we're like having it live. So as long as someone has a resource of getting to Facebook or those sites, we are able to have them able to see it no matter where they are. And it's kind of interesting. You don't think that someone's going to do that, and then when you actually realize how many people that are not near your family members that are maybe out of the city, not even out of the country, they're all able to come and see the events that you're participating at, or if there's like a concert that's going on. It's kind of cool to see how many people come and watch and support the Tech Fest in general because of that.
Team building, collaboration, learning when to be a leader, when not to be a leader. When do you need to be quiet and do what you're told? It is a skill that we all overlook. We all know what we're talking about, but they don't know. Everybody you see here is at a different level. So Cole is sitting in the back right now. He's back left. Go wait. There you go. So his job today was to film what we're doing, because we'll make a video to present what we did up here. Okay. Cole just started, and he's proved going to be a valuable member, and he's a senior that heard about us and kind of worked in. But he's going to be here for the rest of the year, and he's going to be at a different level than, say, somebody like a Cooper. One of my main leads, Connor Sandvik, is a PSEO student went on the state, so he's actually taking fines right now. Maybe he's watching. I don't know, he might be one of the 6. He said he was going to. I really would like to have been here, but Connor's been with me since his freshman year. He's going to have a little bit different responsibility than what Cole would. Okay, so every single one of these individuals is learning a process, and they help me adapt our team in together. But it's critical thinking, problem solving, collaboration. 21st century, you know, we're only as good as what we can share. So if we know how to do this stuff, we're no better than anybody else if we don't share it. So we need to share our knowledge of what we've done. Pretty proud of them, and we're only going to grow and get better. So it's pushing me to learn and make new things. There's not a lot of us. The plan was to have the kids come out and sit in and amongst all of you, and maybe that's what we can do. We can keep the stream going, Dalton, just keep on running it. But if you have questions for us, anything you want to know, anything you want to ask us, anything you want to ask the students, myself, that's what we got some time for if you want.
I think you mentioned this earlier, forgive me, but so this is not a class, it's an internship, but do you get some time during school to work?
Correct, yes. So we have a couple of internship programs through our business department and our ag department, and this is something very similar. So what we got approved by the school district, by the school board, right? I go through and propose the course and everything else. So those kids get a credit, and it's called the work study or work release. They're able to go out and then work within businesses or within their job, and they're still able to maintain a credit and get that sort of goes towards graduation. So yes, this is an internship, very much like that, unpaid internship, other than the pizza or the food that I'll bring from time to time for them when we're at a live stream or something like that. That's about all they get. And they don't get a B, C, or D, they get a pass-fail. And the way it works in Winona is a pass-fail does not affect your GPA. Pass-fail gets you the credit. And so what happens is most of these students here should graduate with more credits than any of their peers. They will get a letter of recommendation from the principal of high school. They'll get a letter from me explaining what the internship process was, what they did, and why they were so valuable to it. Those that have become leaders will get a separate letter defining what a leader is and the roles that they've taken. Virtually every single one of my students has at some point gotten a job in college working for that tech department there, and or gotten in video production with the college. So several of the students now, it's crazy, I start to feel a little old, not that old, but feeling older because those kids have transferred out and graduated and now are picking up jobs in the field. So, and they have something built on their resume now, you know, as a 15, 16-year-old.
So I saw like they had a help desk, you know, shot there.
Yep.
And I'm assuming that's stuff they do during the school day.
Yep.
So do they get out of classes to do that?
They have so the tech desk is a class, you know, they have a class hour much like the work study. Like 4th and 5th hour can be work study for a student. So Connor has 4th and 5th hour with me. Brandon has 0 hour and so 0 hours before school. So these kids come in from 8 to, we start school at 9 o'clock. So Brandon comes in with a small group, Will, right, comes in the morning. Who else? Colton does too back there. They come in the morning from 8 to 8:50 or 8:15 to 9, depending on when they get in that morning, but we have people there in the morning running that piece. That's a 4 credit time that's carved out of the day for them. Then 3rd hour, some of these kids are back, 2nd hour, 4th hour, 5th hour, they're all back in getting time back again. I think Nicole, you come in 5th hour too, right? Yep. So Dalton's up there 4th hour. Are you up another hour now? I can't remember. But still, this is a part of their schedule. And ideally, what's going to probably happen is we're going to work with the Chamber of Commerce and we're going to work with businesses. Winona, we have 9 multinational corporations in Winona. So most of the people there are blue-collar workers, but there's a lot of white-collar companies, so to speak. So hopefully we're going to be able to tie in with the likes of Fastenal, Peerless Chain, Watkins, Knitcraft. I just got called by Peerless Chain and recommended one of my former students who just graduated and he's working for them now. So they were looking for somebody really bad, and somebody had an accident. So really trying to push them out. Hopefully now that'll tie into where Cooper maybe won't spend as much time with me next year. Maybe he will be out and work getting paid. You know, this intern So we're trying to really open up that school. We have a technical tree work going on now, and then we're going to have a field piece as well. And hopefully that tech piece will be coming very short, beyond what we're currently doing. So we're getting a lot of support right now from the top down, which is key. Because we didn't have that. And again, it started with them really pushing me to try to do some of this stuff. So we're pretty lucky.
All right, well, great job. I'm doing a similar thing in a small rural school. We don't have the student base that maybe Winona has. But first question, I guess, what really motivates? I'm struggling with getting students motivated and committed to live stream events. We're doing great with other factors of this on our Sibley Scoop, but what motivates you into this?
Okay, well, so each of us in TechNest, we kind of have our own project that we take on. So there are some of us who really focus on live stream, and then others of us will focus more on video production, like Cole usually focuses on that. Will does a lot with programming, and then Reka and I do some other stuff like audio, and we do a kind of a school news video kind of thing that we call Hawk Now, and there are some of us who focus on that and work on making videos. So we all kind of have our own that we do together and bring that into one big thing for the darkness.
We have a lot of equipment. One of the things that I would say is about flags. So I wrote a grant and won a grant to get a drone. Pop that baby up in front of everybody in the room and be like, yeah, how can I fly that? Well, when you come talk to me, we'll talk about getting in the text, right? We have teachers that are highly because of the basic tech support that we can provide. I got yelled at the beginning of the year because I didn't have a TechNest person for second hour. I can't help it. They have their classes. What do you need? Well, you need to have them there. They're so valuable, right? How many of you are often asked in class to help? All the time, right? Student leaders, we run all the major assemblies and all this stuff. So we're going to put, the groups will come to us. We put together all that stuff. So I guess from my perspective, I'm really proud of the fact that they come up by us. They have to come up there all the time. They're up there all the time because they want to be there because they think we have cool equipment, legit stuff. We also have they're doing things that they want to do. And I challenge them to find something. I'll find something for you, and the more I get to know them, I might recommend some things for them because I'm aware of some things. But they have to find something every year for themselves and reflect on how that process went every year. So it's got to be something more important to them, and if it's not, it just doesn't work. And then they bring their friends with a lot. How many of you got started because you heard of it from a friend? Right, so it's building and growing that group. We have 950 kids in our group. So we're a medium school, so there are some that are 300, 400, 500 more than us, and there are some that are half of what we are. So we're kind of in that, I have a decent population as well. And we're trying to start something at the lower levels. So hopefully we're going to back the TechNest up into the middle school and then eventually into the elementary school as well. Try to create a pipeline.
Cool. I'm glad to see other people out here doing this. And I say keep going. This room will fill up. It is a really cool thing, and getting jobs out there. Appreciate it. You guys deserve a lot of it. I know how hard a work this is.
They put in, they're required, they know this. And one of the things that we talked about that we learned is, and it's something very recent, a lot of these kids have jobs. So it's not fair for me to come up and be like, hey, we got a live stream next week. Who's going to go do it? And then there's 3 people that go do it because maybe they don't have a job, or maybe they were planning ahead and looking ahead because I didn't remind them. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a monthly live stream schedule, and all these individuals are going to have to go to one sometime, right? So if many hands make light work. If Nicole knows that Dalton's got to go, and Dalton knows that Cole's got to go, more than likely they're going to be willing to sign up for that. So trying to keep that, they kind of hold each other accountable type of thing. I mean, they're given a lot of freedom. They sign a contract when they come up with us. They get a lot of freedom. They get a lot of perks. That's the other thing. They get to go where other students can. They get to touch equipment and other things that other students can, and they don't get questioned about it. That also means they can get suspended, so all that stuff. And that's what the Chris tells them. you know, so, it's kind of a all-focused piece, and we have a lot of support from their parents as well, I would say, so, they support by making sure these kids can get there. If they can't give me the time, they're not willing to donate their time, then they're not gonna be a part of it. So that's where it really starts with that application process. I make them donate time prior to actually being a part of the tactics. They gotta show it to me that they wanna do it, so. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think we can wrap her up.
Let me just look at the equipment.
Yeah, come on up, come up, take a look at it, leave the live stream going. We can leave it going so they can see it going active. But
Thank you for leaving everything on that resource page too.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I thought that's what I would.
Yeah.
That stuff. So, yep, if you ever got any questions, just hit me up. Right, we're an open book.